Hey, it's Tom from Pack Hacker, and in this video we are taking a detailed look at the ALPAKA Elements travel backpack that I've been testing over the course of the last 2 weeks. And this includes a trip to New York City and back to Detroit. So let's dive in and check out how it performed. But before I do, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So kicking it off with material, on the outside we have ballistic nylon going around this thing. This is a tighter denier up here at the top, and at the bottom you can see that pattern gets a little bit larger. So there's just a little bit more robustness down there at the bottom. It also comes in X-Pack, so if you want something crinklier and that's gonna have a little bit better weather resistance, that's an option as well. We've got these nice Hypalon zipper pulls going on here, and then YKK zippers too. They're AquaGuard. So good stuff going on with a lot of materials. Not a ton going on the outside of this bag. We have a handle up here at the top to carry it. And then we have another one on the side here. So it's always nice to have those options. And then there are actually like 2 little lash loops down here at the bottom. So relatively minimal on the outside of this bag, but the inside gets a little wild. There's a lot of pockets going on. So I'll walk you through every single one of them. And in my opinion, it's just too many pockets. It's like too much pocketing going on. In a travel backpack, that's tough. I love that application for ALPAKA's everyday carry bags, but for a travel backpack, I just want some room for my clothing and my packing cubes. And then here on the side, the last thing I'll talk about on the outside of the bag is this water bottle pocket. So I've lashed it up here. It's nice they have that kind of built-in lash option if you have like a tripod, and this water bottle is not coming out of here while it's latched in. There's a aluminum G hook here, so I can remove that, and then it's threaded through this little kind of piece of paracord here. It takes a little bit of while if, you're probably not gonna wanna do that if you're like, drinking your water frequently, but I found that lashing it through here makes it not come out at all. And then it's got a relatively good grip if you don't lash it in, but when you're on the plane and this bag is under your seat, things can get sloshed around, so I always look for a water bottle pocket that grips a little bit. This one's like right in the middle. It does a pretty good job. There are better out there, and there are most certainly worse out there. So in terms of water bottle carry, it's decent. But if you lash it up, it's not going anywhere. All right, so here's the harness system. There's a lot going on here, and despite all of it going on, I still found this bag to be a little bit saggy when I'm carrying it for travel. So we have load lifters up here at the top, which should pull the bag a little bit closer to your back and up a little bit higher. And then we have elastic keepers here just to manage that excess strap. We have this kind of funky patterning going on down below, which you can feel this on your body. It takes some getting used to, but it's comfortable. It's in a comfortable way, but you can definitely notice it's not like that regular mesh. I actually really like these. Then we have this sternum strap that's adjustable, pretty standard design here. And then there's this magnetic buckle you just press to release. That can go up and down as needed. We've got these little Hypalon loops here and here for some reinforcement, as well as if you want to kind of strap something to this with a carabiner or something of that nature. And then we've got just pretty standard adjusters down here at the bottom. And then there is a space here if you want to add like a waist belt. There's also a really big hip belt this thing comes with, and it Velcros in actually behind here, so it can kind of go right in the back. And then 2 little lash loops down here. So if you wanted to lash something down at the bottom, you can totally do that with these 2 right here, like a yoga mat or like a sleeping pad or something of that nature. And then on the back, we have some foam padding, which is decent, kind of an air channel in the middle here, another handle, and a luggage pass-through if you want to stick this on a bag. One thing I noticed is that the luggage pass-through is a little skewed and it's not centered, providing a bit of imbalance. All right, so I've got the harness system all set up, and you can see that it's a little bit saggy despite these load lifters being engaged, the sternum strap on, and these shoulder straps adjusted. Typically you want a travel backpack that's sitting up a little bit higher on your body because it's gonna feel less heavy if you do that. But when it's like this, I can kind of feel it pulling me back. So I think this design tends to work really well for ALPAKA's EDC bags that they have, but for a travel backpack, it's not quite as comfortable as others I've tested. And I always look for bags that feel like parallel with my body and don't feel like they're pulling me back. All right, next up we have the inside of the bag. Let's kick it off with the laptop compartment. And I wanna start with this first because it is very hard to get the laptop out. I can actually hold the bag up while holding onto the laptop sleeve. And this laptop sleeve is from ALPAKA, so you would think that it would fit in here a little bit better, but I have a couple theories on why that is. One, it's maybe just too tight in here, that it just grips in there. But I've also noticed that when the bag is more full, you can see it's kind of curving out here, kind of squeezes that in at the bottom when I have the main compartment full. So if there was less fabric here, it wouldn't have the opportunity to bow out so much, and this would be a little bit more of a flat case. But yeah, this is a 16-inch MacBook Pro that I have inside of here. It's the M2 model, and then this is ALPAKA's laptop sleeve. So I would hope that these would be designed well enough to go together to where we wouldn't run into that. But time after time when I was using this thing, I found it very hard to get my laptop in and out, which isn't the best thing to be doing if you have to take your laptop out at the airport checkpoint or something like that. So thank you for TSA PreCheck that I don't have to do that, but if you do, that's one thing you're gonna wanna consider. The rest of the design here is pretty simple. We have a nice soft fabric on the back here, and then we have a soft fabric here. It's relatively padded. It's got a decent false bottom. There's separate segmentation here if you wanna throw in like a tablet or some documents. And then of course the main area goes all the way down to the bottom. I love this honeycomb liner too. It's very easy to see what's going on inside. All the mechanics of a great laptop compartment are here. Just in use, it wasn't quite as smooth as it could have been and as I've had on other bags. Next up here, we've got this welted pocket here, or welted fabric going over the zipper. That's gonna open up and reveal a small pocket. I've just got like a wool buff inside of here and a pair of gloves. That's gonna have that same liner. And I like this pocket, it's nice. Good to get quick access to things, but one thing I noticed with this bag is there are just generally a lot of pockets going on. So with a lot of pockets going on, you gotta be very strategic about how you pack them. Otherwise it's gonna get too bulky and stuff's gonna start getting stuck inside like the laptop. Moving on to the front administrative compartment here. I don't know why I said administrative admin pocket. This is gonna hold quite a bit of stuff. So you can see up here at the top, there's a nice little mesh pocket, got a little wet wipe there and some stretchy mesh material. These 3 MOLLE-like loops are for ALPAKA's hub system. So I've got the sanitizer spray here and like an ID card pocket here without any of my revealing credit cards inside. And then I've got this up here at the top. This is just my keyboard. I put it in here because I wanted to just talk about, I ended up putting this inside of the main compartment, but when it goes here, things feel a little bit stiff on it. So you're just gonna wanna keep that in mind. We have 2 little liner pockets here, and then we have 2 pen pockets in the middle and a zippered pocket here at the top that I've just put some other items into. Then we have another pocket here on the side with even more organization. So you have 2 more pen pockets. It's like I got the pen pockets. They're in this main one. Why do I need more? There's so many pockets going on here. But just to demonstrate the size of this side pocket, I threw in like a very large Apple charging brick. And then I guess, long skinnier pockets if you had like a multi-tool or something like that, or a pen that goes here, but you're not really traveling with a multi-tool anyways. And then there's even another zippered pocket here to just kind of hidden if you want to throw in like your passport or something of that nature, something flatter. I've just got Field Notes notebook here. We can just test the size. It's about the same size as a passport, and that fits in there relatively nicely as well. All right, now let's check out the main compartment here. So if I unzip this, it's going to reveal a big clamshell pocket. And again, more interior pockets going on the inside here. So we have 2 stretchy mesh pockets. I love the mesh material here and the amount that these stretch. Mesh is like my favorite fabric. I really dig it, and there's some really good stretch here if you want to start to load this thing up. I've just got some like mask filter replacements in here and a travel hat. Set that off to the side, zip that back up. I've just got a little mic kit in here, so if I'm traveling, I need to record any VO or anything, I've got that there. Really love these pockets up here at the top. Then inside, I've got a DOP kit, my tech kit in here, which I'll just set off to the side that fit in there relatively nicely. And then actually a Tortuga packing cube here, which I tested on my trip. We actually didn't get the packing cubes with our sample of the Elements backpack, but those are gonna fit in here a little bit better. That one was like decent, it still works, but anytime it's gonna be better to go with the Ecosystem packing cubes likely, if the brand knows what they're doing, if they know how to size things. And then we have this kind of like MOLLE-like material on the back here. So if you wanted more hub accessories, you could stick them there. You know, I've just got my laptop in this, my laptop stand, just roof stand inside of there. And then we have 4 pockets on the sides here. And this is kind of where I just go back to that question of like, this is a travel backpack. It's not an EDC bag. So a lot of people are going to be just packing clothes inside of this main compartment. And when you have these on the side, it's nice to have the option, but if these bow out and these up here start bowing out, it can really hinder your ability to pack with packing cubes, and it's extra material, which then adds weight to the bag as well. So for me, you know, and these interior pockets mixed with all the other pockets on the rest of the bag, that there's just a lot going on. I just wanted to keep this simple with maybe no pocketing in here and just throw my packing cubes in here if you're gonna have that much organization on all the other pockets. But these are still nice. And I think when the expression of this from ALPAKA does the best when it's in their everyday carry line, but it's not translating into travel quite as well for me. Just a travel towel there in the side. You know, these are really nice pockets though. Vapure water bottle here. They just kind of hinder the ability to put these pouches and the packing cubes in there. Small like first aid kit here. Stuff I don't need access to often. And then I believe I just left this one empty. So pretty like good sizable mesh pockets. But again, with all the pocketing going on, that's kind of my gist or my summary of this bag, is it's just pocketing overkill and much better for EDC than travel. So there you have it. My thoughts on the ALPAKA Elements travel backpack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.